I'm going with kind of an event that had giant ramifications. But I got to give some
Live
backstory
Aid.
first. Yes. History of Live Aid.
Bob Geldof.
We overpopulated a continent.
Yes.
And a lot of people
An
suffered.
entire continent is addicted to foreign aid.
A lot of people suffered from it.
What's Bob Geldof's big song, Easy Money?
No, I hate Mondays.
I hate Mondays. That's it. All right. So, is he the guy in the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him. Right?
He is the wall.
He's pink. Yeah. All right. So, mine, we got to
Kampf.
Yes, my struggle. So we got to backtrack a bit and talk about the history of wrestling, right?
What?
Mine is involved in wrestling. So
Okay.
I spoke before, early in the show, so I don't think it's like double dipping, but real quick, wrestling, as we know, started in Greco-Roman times, and eventually in England, they started catch wrestling, which was like submission holds and locks and things like that.
We talked
right?
about that a long time
ago. Yeah, that's why I'm doing a quick refresher to just talk about that.
Yeah.
Eventually, those guys, did it for a long time, and then they started realizing that in like the early 1900s, they realized that they could fix their fights, put on matches, nobody needs to get hurt.
Look in there.
What?
Okay.
What am I looking at?
I just want to see if you would do it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
What?
That added a lot to the show.
I just wanted to see if you would do it.
Yeah.
I think you were showing me something. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, I thought like there was a
Fucking-
secret message in the bottom of his cup. or something.
I was expecting like there's a bug and like nobody said anything. I was like, that's gross. Oh no.
You know what would have been great if he
it's
was like,
nothing.
if he was like looking there and you look and he squeezed hot coffee into your face.
There's nothing there.
And you're just burning. Ah!
And he goes, gotcha.
I scalded you.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Pranks all day.
So wrestling, they start fixing their matches and they become pro wrestlers and things get more and more theatrical, right?
Yeah.
This is in England?
This is in England. This is where it starts, and then it makes its way to America, catch wrestling, and then there's a divergence, and
When is this?
early 1900s,
Okay.
like 1920s, 30s, around there.
Okay.
So these guys end up, it becomes folk.
So it's like Cockney guys?
It's like, well,
I'm thinking like Los Savage Shit versus
Oh,
Bill the Butcher.
America
Yeah.
has it in like England has it in the 1800s and America does too, but I'm kind of talking about later, like
Okay.
the later time period. I'm doing a brief thing.
Mhm.
So the styles diverge and we get like the high school style wrestling, which we know, there's no submissions, but there's pins. And then we get the pro wrestling style. It all spins from that. But a couple of the guys who learned catch wrestling, Luthez, Carl Gotch are the main two. There's another guy that I'm forgetting. I think Billy Freeman. They go to Japan, right? And they start doing catch wrestling in Japan. And they're competing against judo guys and things
Sumo.
like that.
No.
Like judo.
Judo.
Yeah, but what about sumo? They
Sumo
got
is
it
its
already.
own thing.
Yeah.
Sumo's not wrestling.
It's called sumo wrestling.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like pushing.
It is pushing.
Yeah.
It's pushing.
So they start.
What about Yokozuna?
He's a pro wrestler.
What about Yoko Ono?
What about Rikishi?
Rikishi, do you know what his finisher was?
The butt.
No.
He'd rub his
Yeah.
fat ass in your face. And it was called the stink face. That was his finisher.
What an asshole.
Disgusting.
Yeah. What a jerk.
He
Yeah.
really is a jerk.
Uh.
Is he still alive?
Rikishi, yeah. I think his sons wrestle too.
Yokozuna's not alive.
I think Yokozuna's dead. He was very large. Do you know
Yeah.
what his finisher was?
No.
He would just sit on you. Like he would like jump from the ropes and put like his ass on your sternum and pin you that way. But so these guys go and they start teaching catch wrestling in Japan, and they're going against Japanese catch wrestlers, and they grow the sport there. So it gets deeply embedded into the styles there, right? There's like the 40s, 50s now where this happens. And you have people that they set up catch wrestling dojos, right? And it becomes like another martial art there that's huge. And this one guy comes out, Antonio Inoki. And
No, Antonio.
What a name.
yeah.
What is that? You know this bitch.
And Antonio Inoki ends up becoming like the best catch wrestler in Japan.
Okay.
And he starts a wrestling promotion in Japan called New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he's the champ and the biggest draw.
When is this?
New Japan Pro Wrestling, when did it start? In the 70s,
Okay.
right? And he's their champ. And they would sometimes do real matches, but mostly it's fake. But it looks a little better, right?
It is, fake.
So,
Jerky voice.
yeah. So eventually he starts going to other disciplines. And he starts like going, I'm going to go against a karate guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he like will use catch wrestling to beat a karate guy and to prove pro wrestling is dominant, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not, though. It's not.
These matches are fake he's doing.
Yeah.
So now Muhammad Ali is older. We're getting into the 70s. He goes and does like a fixed fight in Japan, like Muhammad Ali, right?
He loses?
No, he wins. Like it was like a stage thing, like a pro wrestling thing with a different like company. And Antonio Inoki and him end up meeting. And Inoki has the idea. He's like, well, I'm fighting all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
What if I
fought a black guy?
basically,
Yeah.
he's like, what if I fight Muhammad Ali? I'm the biggest star in Japan.
Right.
What if I fight Muhammad Ali? And
I don't think that it's the fact that he's a black guy.
No, it's just because he's the best
Muhammad
boxer.
Ali. He's like the best boxer ever.
Muhammad Ali is older at this point. And the way it's worded, it was unclear to Muhammad. Basically, he wants to do a real fight with Muhammad Ali. Well, actually, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. So they reach out to Muhammad Ali because there's confusion because they're both like going both ways almost.
His mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. There's a little confusion, and they reach out about a fixed fight, and they want, because he's the bad guy, they want Antonio Inoki to win, right?
Oh, he's
And
Japan,
and Muhammad Ali's people are like, if you go to Japan, even though it's fake, and you lose a fight, people now are going to think if you're fighting in America, you're doing dives and shit. You can't do a dive. So they still agree to the terms, but they work stuff out. And basically, they're like, okay, we're going to do a pro wrestling style thing, right? And, we'll have it go a certain way. Inoki, when he finds out that Ali doesn't want to lose, they counter with it's a real fight. And I guess the Ali camp didn't understand, and they agree to a real fight. Inoki starts training his fucking ass off. Like, he's like, I'm going to wrestle, and I'm going to fucking beat Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali gets to Japan. They sell out Budokan.
Okay.
Huge event, right? All these tickets. New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be like the biggest thing in Japan after this.
Right.
People are going to see it worldwide. Vince McMahon Sr. buys out Madison Square Garden, and you can go buy.
All right.
Yeah, you can go buy a ticket to watch this fight
in Japan,
in Madison Square Garden. Like it's closed circuit.
Okay.
I guess cable really isn't a thing yet.
Close second.
Right,
So, but it's going to be on a bunch of TVs and stuff. It was estimated that almost 1 billion people are going to watch this, which is a crazy number. I think that's probably a fake number. But regardless, this fight's going to happen. Ali gets there, and he's like, why is Inoki not... Like, he goes over because he thinks they're going to wrestle. He's like, hey, how you doing? What's up, buddy? And I don't know why he's Elvis. But Inoki...
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Inoki, won't look at him. And Inoki's, just hitting the pads. Like, I'm going to fuck up Ali. And Ali is like, what the hell is going on?
He doesn't know?
And his camp finds out that this is a real fight.
So, who wins?
Hold on. Because there's...
You can't fight.
So now Ali is like... He's in a position. Like, okay, I haven't trained for a fight.
But it's a little Japanese guy.
He's not. Oh, Inoki is huge.
No.
Oh, is he?
He's
Inoki's a catch wrestler. They're fucking scary.
And Antonio Inoki, I'll tell you how tall he was, but I think he was like 6'3". Like he's like a really big guy.
Okay.
He's 6'3".
Muhammad Ali's gonna get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
Well, this guy can grapple. Like if he takes Ali down,
It's over.
It's
yeah.
over. And like he knows how to punch, he knows how to kick.
Uh-huh.
Like he knows like more shit. Ali
Right.
can just punch.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so Ali's camp says we're gonna fly home. We're gonna cancel the fight. This is gonna fuck shit up for Inoki.
It's gonna fuck up shit for everybody.
Everybody's gonna lose. No one's gonna come out looking good. And it also kind of looks like Ali is scared of him, right?
Yeah.
Because he is.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So they come up with all these stipulations. Inoki's not allowed to grapple. He can punch.
So we're gonna have a boxing match.
He can kick,
Kickboxing.
but he can only kick if one knee is on the ground.
What?
Yeah. He can throw grounded kicks.
What? Like if you press down and circle
Yeah.
while you're playing Tekken?
Yes.
Like,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He could do like that.
He can't have any force behind the kick.
Yeah. And
This
so he,
is
so he
stupid.
can't
I
like
wouldn't agree to
he
this.
can't head kick or anything. Well, what's Inoki gonna do? It's his
You
promotion.
have to fight.
He can't imagine you sell out Budokan and then you have to cancel the day before. It looks terrible.
It's also a little interesting that Muhammad Ali's camp didn't ask any questions of like, hey, who's going to win this? Like nothing was ironed out of the fake fight.
It was like it
that's
was
really stupid.
it was like a big
How did all this
misunderstanding.
promotion happen around them without them noticing?
Right. A billion people are going to see it, and nobody decided who's going to win.
Didn't he have a team of like those black guys like in Rocky?
Rocky had a team.
No, in Rocky did. The other guy did.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so say that.
Well, that's the
They sat in that boardroom.
well, yeah, but I guess when you're dealing with a language barrier
Yeah,
and who knows, and they probably
How
were
did Vince
misunderstanding.
McMahon's dad figure this out?
Well,
I got my ear to the ground.
It doesn't matter for him. He's just a guy showing it in America.
I see.
None of this matters for Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just renting out the gardens
Yeah.
to show this to you.
And make money off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just wetting my beak a little.
Yeah, but if it's canceled, he loses out too.
Well, he would get fucked, but it's not in his hands, He has no part. So, obviously, this is a big fucking deal.
That's what Joe Biden said to Barack Obama.
Yes, it is. This is a big fucking deal. The most expensive seat cost 300,000 yen. And also in New York,
300,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like $50.
Yeah.
That's like-
and in New York, I got to say this. Oh, it wasn't Madison Square Garden. It was Shea Stadium. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so much different.
That's
Yeah.
way bigger.
Yeah. I'm wrong. So yeah,
It's not as expensive.
it was like
though.
33,000 people in Shea Stadium. So it's a lot of people.
It's
Yeah.
cheaper though, right?
No,
Wow.
It's not
a lot.
cheaper to show something at Shea Stadium as opposed to Madison Square Garden.
Dude, Shea Stadium's like 3 times the size of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but it's Madison Square Garden. It's the name and the location.
Yeah, but
It
it
probably
still
costs
is in
more.
New York. Like the Beatles played there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's a big deal. It's huge, right?
What happens?
Well, that's why I got. So now the fight happens. It's the day of the fight. Inoki, also Andre the Giant's involved. Andre the Giant puts on an exhibition before the match in New York, going against Chuck Wepner, who fought Muhammad Ali. And Chuck Wepner is the guy Rocky's based on. As an aside, they did like an exhibition like match in New York. But the match happens. Now, what's Inoki going to do? He can't grapple.
Right.
He can't box with Ali. He's not retarded.
Right.
And he's not allowed to kick him
Leg kicks.
unless he's down. He can't leg kick unless his knee is down.
Yeah, but that's what this guy do.
So what he does is he flops to his butt
Yeah.
and he scoots around on his butt, throwing kicks at Ali from his butt,
Yeah.
kicking Ali's knees and legs
He'll
the
fall.
entire fight. Just chopping him down. 15 rounds of this.
That's
I-
amazing.
I've watched the entire fight.
It's got to be amazing.
Who won?
It's the most boring thing ever, but it's great. So, let me ask you a question. How many punches do you think Muhammad Ali threw in 15 rounds of fighting?
A lot.
No, probably very little. Maybe 2.
Remember, this guy's on his butt.
He's on his
Why,
ass, you
why
can't-
can't he punch him?
Because you can't punch down.
What's he would have to get
Is
low.
he Jerry Seinfeld? He can't punch.
Because if he gets low, he gets a kick to the. He gets kicked.
Oh.
If he gets low and tries to grapple with him, Inoki's just gonna
He's gonna get him.
get him.
Uh-huh.
Ali can only
can
win
only
if
run.
they're
So what, do they
boxing.
just move around?
Yes. And Inoki proceeds to kick the shit out of Ali's knees and legs for 15 rounds as Ali stands there. He threw a total of 6 punches the entire fight. 15 rounds of this. Everybody in Japan, and here's the thing with Japan and sports people don't realize. When you watch a sport outside in baseball, they do like chants and singing in Japan. But when you watch like a professional fight, a professional wrestling,
Silence.
it's silence
Yeah.
because they believe that they must show respect to the athletes inside.
Right.
And in America, they chant or whatever, but in Japan, it's dead quiet.
Right.
So even they're like booing and throwing shit because who the hell wants to watch a guy scoot on his ass for 15 rounds like he's a dog that took a shit on the floor? So
how many lost?
it ends in a draw because technically I think Inoki should have won, but what can you do? After this, this is the first mixed martial arts fight.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's catch wrestling against boxing. Muhammad Ali had to go to the hospital for blood clots in his legs.
So I think he lost.
Yeah.
This is basically the end of his career. He never had good movement again, which was always like one of his things.
Yeah.
And he loses
Moves like a butterfly.
yeah, I think he loses
more.
like his next 6 fights. He has 6 fights after this and he's done.
He would have been better
Now
off
he moves
just
like a
getting
wasp.
taken down and submitted.
Yeah.
He would have been better off. He wouldn't have lost motion in his legs.
I don't think his ego though would have allowed
Yeah.
and like I think the American audience would have like been like stunned.
Stunned, but then you would have had way more mixed martial arts fights early
Oh,
on.
I think grappling
It would be
I think
huge.
if Muhammad Ali like actually grapples him and gets tapped out, I think grappling in America
is the thing.
is spikes overnight in
Oh, yeah,
1970. You know,
Yeah.
like instead of the karate craze, there's the grappling craze.
Yep.
But obviously, this is a big event. It's influential to people, and now others get the idea to mix sports, to have other things compete against each other, boxing and wrestling and things like that.
Baseball and football.
Yeah. Now that would be fun. You get the ball, you just fucking run through a guy at first.
Wasn't that the plot of that South Park
Basketball,
movie?
yeah.
But this leads eventually to MMA and Sakuraba and all that shit.
Another catch
Wow.
wrestler, huh?
This catch wrestling,
Gracie
you know,
Killer.
yeah, this becomes the thing in Japan, and that's, you know, the story of the first mixed martial arts fight.
Cool. We'll have to store tomorrow.
Fun.
I enjoyed that. That was
Yeah,
good.
that's cool.